Hello, I'm Alice Stroppel from Polymer Clay, etc. And today I'm very excited to share with you a technique that I developed a couple of months ago and didn't really realize how valuable it was until I shared it with some friends this weekend. And they were very excited about being able to save their scrap slices of canes that they worked so hard to create and not throw them into their scrap pile to be made into mud. And if you know me at all, or have watched any of my videos, you know that I'm all about saving those little bits of scrap, either separating them into colors or making them into teeny tiny canes with Skinner blend ends, so that we can create stuff with all of those wonderful little bits without throwing them into the garbage. So I'm going to start with just showing you a couple of things that I made this weekend. This one's really not finished and I shouldn't be showing it to you, but I just wanted to show you how I used these canes, very graphic canes they turn out to be, in this bracelet. I could also have covered them this way, going a long way. This is just a slide that I made using a cane that I made with more of the same colors. These are all the new wasabi actually is the Skinner in the black background, and a lot of the components here with a little pop of orange and purple, and that cane turned out really well. This is a collaboration by my friend Misha Barbie, and this is my cane, and she put it together for us. She made one for herself and one for me, and I just love it. And it's one of my canes here and her design. So these are a lot of the different canes that I've made using all scrap. This looks like a teeny tiny bit of stained glass. This is another wasabi with purple. So it's more of a color scheme. This is a black and white. Here's one entirely of pink and purple. And there's all kinds of other ones that I've made. But you don't have to plan what you're doing. A lot of times, most of these are simply scraps that at the end of the day, when I'm finished with whatever project I'm doing, and I want to clean up, instead of putting them on sheets like I used to and saving them forever, like these. These are, I don't even know how old these are. It's a long time ago. But I didn't want to throw them away, so I put them on one of these sheets and put them in a drawer. Well, now I'm going to go back and use them all. But for the last couple of months, what I've been doing is just as I'm cleaning up my space, I put out a layer of thin black and then stack. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do now. I don't have a project I'm working on right now, so these aren't current scraps. These are scraps from a long time ago. In fact, this is a cane that I have that I was trying to make a mask for Sarah Jane Helm's mask exchange this year, and it didn't work out, so it became part of my scrap heap, and so I'm going to use that now. I don't want to waste it. The colors are too great. So what I do is I roll a layer of black on the thinnest setting on my pasta machine, and that's number 9 for me, but it could be different for you, but the thinnest that you can get. And I usually cut it about that wide, and then I just start to stack. He can just go just like that because he's so many different colors. But basically what you would do would be just start adding different pieces of scraps, failed scraps. And that everybody has them. I mean, I've got lots of them. And after spending as much time as we do on making the canes, it just kills me to have to just trash it. So, this was something that I just came up with, and I've shared it with at least one of my classes. And then after sharing it this weekend and seeing the spectacular results that my friends were experimenting with this method and coming up with some really cool designs, I decided that I needed to share it with everybody else. And they all decided, and I decided, that I'd love for it to be called the Stroppel cane. If that doesn't happen, that's great too. Okay, I've almost finished here, and I'm just gonna keep adding a few little pieces. I'm cutting this one in half. I've almost finished stacking here, and I'm just going to fill in a couple of more little places here. And if your canes, leftover canes, are a little too thick, you can just slice them. But it doesn't matter. Some of them are going to be thicker than the others. That's just the nature. And I just want to emphasize, don't spend too much time with placement and worrying about where everything's going, because this is a scrap cane. That's really and truly what it is. So now that I have a layer made, I'm going to put another thin layer, the thinnest on the pasta machine, over this and squish it down in between the layers, because you really don't want any holes, air pockets, once you get this done. And so I just really make sure I've squished it all around. And then I'm going to continue adding all these pieces. And here's one that I'm just going to cut. It's kind of thick, so I'll cut it. And here's some more of that cat cane. And I'm going to stick that here. And here's some green, and here's some more green. I'm going to continue stacking, and I'll come back when I'm finished. This layer's done, so I'm going to put another layer of black on top, the thinnest on the pasta machine again, and smash all this down. Now, I could stop here. I mean, say that was all the scraps I had after I finished a project, and all the scraps that were on my table. I could stop here, and I could cut it in half and stack it and get a higher cane, a thicker cane. But I have a lot of things. I just found more of that same group of canes that I made to go with that cat. And so I'm just going to continue stacking these, and because I have them. And if you're like me, you might have drawers of these slices. And so if you can get the colors that go together and you want to go ahead and make yourself a larger cane, that's a good idea. So I'll keep stacking this and I'll be back. Okay, I've finished stacking this layer, and I'm going to put one more thin black layer on top, smashing it down, and save my scrap black. Try not to cut it where the colors get in it so that I can reuse that again. Help if I cut on the right side. Okay, now I'm going to cut it in half and decide whether I want to stack it or not. See how thick it is. And you have to, when you're trying to get, if you're new, you might not know this. If you've been playing with clay for a long time, I'm sure you already do, but put your blade firmly down all the way across and scrape like that. And then you get at most of your residue that way. Ooh, that's fun. It's really graphic because I have some big black and white in there. And of course I love these colors anyway. Let's see. Okay, oops, sorry. I don't want them to be matchy-matchy with the black and white. So I think I might do that. and make it long and skinny. Okay, I like that. And now I've got to find out what I want to do with it. But that's how you do it. It's that simple. It's that easy. Thanks for joining me, and I'd love to see what you make from them. Well, it's that simple, and now you just have to figure out what you want to make from your scrap